Hello, everyone. A warm welcome to Women Together Connect and a happy Tuesday for those of us who are for just joining for the first time. A warm welcome to you. I'm just checking out who's here. And for those who may be here time and again, I see many returners, friends. It's good to see you all. It's good to be here together. And it's so wonderful to have Andrea, to have you here with us today. I'm so grateful for you joining us, and I will turn it over to you in just a moment. And for now, I'd love to just welcome us all in. So I see a number of us already typing in the chat a little hello and where we're coming from. This is a great way for us to just connect and to where we each are on the planet today. I am here on Lenape land in Cortland Manor, what's known as Cortland Manor, New York, and watching the leaves fall again here. And also this morning, I got up very early to watch the eclipse. So we experienced this moment as Earthlings today of the lunar eclipse. And I'll say more about my little experience with that, but also just as we think about where we are on the planet, just noting that we have these planetary experiences happening, but our experience of them might be quite different depending on where we are. And that is very much how we come together and Women Together Connect, that we may be coming from a lot of different life experiences, and yet there's a common humanity, there's a common or shared connection that we find here in this space. So a warm welcome. And I see we've got hellos from Toronto, Arlington, Winchester, Massachusetts, Vermont, New York City, Long Island, the Hudson Valley, Cupertino, California, rainy Sweden, Bloomfield, Connecticut, balmy Columbus, Ohio. Beautiful day in Chicago, Toronto, Merced, California. So we're coming, we're still, I see many of us still coming in today, but we're coming in from all over already. So it's wonderful to see where we're all coming from. And just a reminder, the magic of our connection here in part is to have experiences with wonderful teachers like Andrea, who's here with us today, and also to connect with each other. So today's session is really about tuning in to ourselves, to each other. And I'd like to invite us to just land here for a moment with a little moment of stillness, just to land here in this Zoom room, in this space, and see where we are today. And the best way to start for me with that is just connecting into the breath. So if you can get your feet on the ground, that's a good place to start. If you can feel a sense of a connection of your body to the seat. And then you can lower your gaze or close your eyes. And just take a deep breath and relax. And as I tune my attention to the breath, I noticed that when I said take a deep breath, that all of a sudden I started breathing with the fullness of my lungs. And normally I'm breathing with this very shallow kind of breath at the top of my lungs. So just noticing where your breath is today. Are you breathing shallow? Is there anything on your heart today? Are you able to fill your lungs completely? And just feeling the breath moving in and out of the body or up and down the body. And keeping that sense of spaciousness, just for a moment, considering what brought you here today. Maybe it was a friend who invited you in, or maybe it's just something you do every week. Maybe seeing Andrea or hearing her again. Maybe it's just to make one little connection today. So whatever it is, you can type in the chat so you can return your energy to the screen, and then type directly in the chat one thing that brought you here today. And I'll read a few of them out. Curiosity, relaxation and focus, making connection with others, connection with my better self. I love that. Connection with my better self. Goddess energy set to music, desire to connect with women. And there's a number of us in YouTube as well. So hello to those of us signing in on YouTube. To enjoy and calm myself before the storm. Together, good music, desire to connect with women. Connection with wonderful women, especially needed now. Yeah, great. Wonderful. So there are a number of really great reasons to reconnect here. And part of what draws me personally to continue holding this space is that this is a moment to realign and to reconnect with ourselves and with each other each week. And when we do that, we connect to a wider circle of women, but also connect to a wider circle of humanity. And as Susie said, really this is a connection with my better self. So it's a moment to reconnect with that. And today, when I was watching the eclipse, I got up early this morning and I was watching the eclipse. And this moment happened where I had this, maybe it's because it was 4 a.m., but I had this moment where I felt, oh, the moon is like my intuition in this moment. That this experience of the sun, the earth, and the moon coming into alignment, that sometimes the moon is not, you can't see her. But she is out there controlling the tides. She is magnetically pulling and pushing all of the water on this planet, and giving us the strong yes or the hard no that we need in any given moment. And so what brings me to this space is a reminder to reconnect with intuition, and the reminder that it's always there. It's always, that little moon is always there doing her job. Whether we can see her or not, whether she's shining bright or she's, sitting in a shadow. So I just wanted to bring that energy in today, the energy of alignment, and knowing that, the intuition is going to be there, whether we're listening to her or not, and to help us, to support us in this endeavor of listening to ourselves, listening to each other. We have Andrea Cortez, and Andrea has been with us numerous times. She is absolutely phenomenal at providing this kind of meditative state, I would say, that, every time I've experienced Andrea's work, it gets me back into a kind of a sense of deep knowing, a sense of connection to my own space of possibility and my own kind of better self, as was said here earlier, because it's a moment to just, it's that I tune out of my regular habitual thoughts and tune into the music and the alignment that's provided by that music. So as a reminder, Andrea is a board certified music therapist. She's the owner of Mind Body Music Center, and she uses the power of music to create positive change in the listener. Her work focuses on how rhythm, harmony, and other elements of sound can help improve the health of our mind, body, and spirit. She's also a sound artist, composer, and sound meditation teacher. And she works individually with people, but also, with us here as a group. And she also explores the relationship between the elements of music and the natural world, which I've absolutely loved hearing about and seeing. So just like the planet and the sun and the moon came into alignment today, thank you for bringing us into alignment, Andrea, and I turn it over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me and inviting me to share this space with everyone again today. And I love your analogy about the moon and the moon being hidden sometimes, right? But it's always there and holds our intuition. And today I think that really makes sense about tuning in is about making this connection. Tuning in means making connection. So we're listening in this experience. I'm going to be playing the harp and guiding you through a listening experience. So tuning in is about listening and connecting. What are we connecting to? So one thing that we can connect to is our breathing, like we just did. We can connect to our heart, listening to the heart, listening to the inner guidance, that inner knowing. Music meditation and harp meditation is really helpful in doing this kind of work and focusing our attention in this way. And as we move into this season, this and as we get closer to winter, this time of nature is with the leaves falling off the trees, and it's a time for slowing down and sort of introspection. So for today, tuning in is our focus and our theme, and especially good for this time of year, and taking time to do that. So also tuning in with each other is a great connection that we can make here, since we're all here together. We're also tuning in, connecting together in this meditation. So I will be guiding you through this. You can get comfortable. You can lay down if you want to, even you can close your eyes, sit with back support, and just be as comfortable as you can be for this experience. And so we will begin here. First, tuning into our breathing again. Just inhaling in, exhaling out. Our inhale and our exhale holds a rhythm, internal rhythm. We can extend that rhythm, extending the inhale, extending the exhale. So first, just sitting with this breath and movement of breath. Expanding on the inhale, releasing on the exhale. yourself to tune into the rhythm of the sounds of the harp. Making space today to tune into the heart, listening to what your heart has to speak to you today. Breathing into the heart, making that connection to your own heart. Breathing in deeply into the heart, letting your awareness rest in the heart space. Can imagine here in the heart there is a light illuminating your heart. Imagining this light in the heart is nourishing. Seeing the heart illuminated by this light, breathing into the heart. Can imagine this light is extending out now beyond your body, making connection. Making connection to all of the nature around the trees. The waters. This light from the heart making a connection to each other across long distances. Remembering you always have this resource within you. Taking in a big inhale in, big exhale out. Taking a little stretch with the shoulders, exhaling out. We'll begin to bring some little movements to the body. Rolling the shoulders, nodding the head, stretching the neck, keeping your inhale and breath very deep. Inhale long, exhale out. Stretching the arms, stretching the feet, stretching the fingers. And you can slowly open your eyes as you are ready. Thank you for listening and being part of this.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hmm. I feel this sense of just slowing down, getting to be in my body, be in myself. So I'd like to keep a little bit of this just quality of connection with each other. I have it on gallery view, and I love just taking us in as a community and holding this precious feeling quality that Andrea gives us. And as we turn to each other, we'll move into breakout rooms. I invite you to keep this softness in your connection with yourself and with each other. Just knowing that we have so many different things going on, just leaving those for a moment and just being with what we just felt. And if there was something that was coming into alignment in this moment, you can share that with your group, with your little partners. So, or your little group with your partners. So just share your name. I have heartbrain. That's what Andrea calls it. So you can share your name and where you're coming from and what's coming into alignment for you, if anything, today. So enjoy the time together. We'll have just about 18 minutes. So we'll get some time at the end to close out with Andrea. Enjoy the time together. See you in 18 minutes.